think these are the fellows we're looking for. 3. Let's just try to keep our 10mm close at hand just in case. Good evening. He seems to be the
Wouldn't
leader.
mind having one of those little flying ro-
Oye, puto. You just walked into the wrong camp, my friend. Hand over everything you got, and we might let you live.
What did you say to me? Edme. Eddie sent me to give you a good piece of advice. Some friendly advice, Chavez.
You from Eddie? I don't give a fuck about you or Eddie. You can tell Eddie to go fuck himself and this motherfucking puta madre.
I see. So, the hard way it is then.
You're not gonna let me live. You're gonna learn some fucking respect, man. Cut this puto up.
Let's get things clear. Yeah, didn't go too well for you, Chavez, did it? Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Remastered 2021, here with Beretta Mistral. Our intrepid hero is now done cleaning up Bison Steve, and moving on to more demanding adventures. First things first, we have to announce that Beagle is rescued. He should be in the Vicky Advanced Casino, as far as we know at least. And then we should go try to find a lawman for Primm. Though where that may be, we're gonna have to find out. Things. Let's just check one quick thing. Don't want to get our ears burst by those very illegally binding radio songs. Mr. Beagle.
Well, that was quite an adventure. We taught those convicts a thing or two, didn't we?
We?
Breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Not to diminish your role in it, of course, but it was quite thrilling.
Breaking
Problem
yourself
is, there's
out, I
still
see.
no law in Primm.
That's how
What
it
are we
is.
to do the next time ruffians menace us and hold us hostage?
What do you mean? You're the deputy. Aren't you now the sheriff?
Oh, no. I'm just the deputy, and I can't be a deputy without a sheriff. It's called chain of command.
Oh, right. So the chain of command is inalterable, and your place in it is to not do much. I see. And what exactly does the sheriff need to be around here?
It should be someone brave like you, but more of a homebody. Someone who'll settle down and watch over us. I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers who has some experience as a sheriff. He may be a good choice. Also, with the NCR so close by, you may be able to get them to take over the town. Not sure why they haven't helped out already.
Well, they might not have the means to do it. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bring law and order back to Primm.
You will? That's just marvelous. I'll start thinking up questions for the interview. The sheriff that was
Interview.
incarcerated up at NCRCF may be a good choice.
Right, Myers.
You also may be able to convince that NCR guy across the road to take the town under his wing. Although martial law doesn't sound so fun.
Lieutenant Hayes can be a bit stiff. Can be a bit stiff. In any case, let's try to find some law and order for this town. Quite a sight, that Deathmobile. Alright. Hello, ma'am. Let's see if Johnson Nash wants to go back to his store and sell us stuff. And buy our useless stuff.
Please.
I will,
You got
Primm.
that old robot up and running again? How's it working out for you?
Just fine. Actually saved my neck already. Have you given any thought about bringing the law back to Primm?
Your guess is as good as mine. You might luck upon someone who's a natural-born sheriff. I heard of one fellow what got himself locked in that NCR jailhouse up I-15. And maybe that ain't the best credential, but a sheriff's a sheriff. I imagine the NCR would be able to bring some law to the town, too. But from what I seen, they barely got the firepower to protect themselves.
I see. And, what about the big old cowboy robot?
Well, I guess I never thought of that. I guess he could be sheriff. If you think he could be reprogrammed for it.
Might be indeed.
Yeah,
but
bye.
something to look at when we have enough skill to do something about it, perhaps. We're not very tech-savvy as is. Very well.
Hey there.
Folks of Primm, hello there. I think we might just need to get ourselves out up into the correctional facility up north, the I-15. And then come back to the Vicky and Vance. And settle matters here. Let's give a quick chat to Lieutenant Hayes, see what his thoughts are on the matter. Hello, hello, come out wherever you are. Only one trooper patrolling. Not a very secure perimeter, trooper. Lieutenant Hayes.
Yeah?
That's very informal of you. Primm is now in need of law that the convicts are now once dealt with, but our Deputy Beagle is not too eager to step up and do some of the heavy lifting.
We're aware of that. Primm is a great strategic point, and we're not blind to the needs of the town. Thing is, we're barely handling our own against the powder gangers. We don't have the guns. We don't have the personnel. We're not in a position to carry out our mission, much less deal with the needs of another town.
I thought as much. What would you need to be able to do the job?
What we need, more than anything, is bodies. If we had just one more squad, we could recruit a sheriff. That would allow us to handle our primary objective, to protect the interstate south of here. If you'd like to see the NCR include protection of Primm, you'll need to get us more troops. Talk to Knight at the Mojave Outpost. He may be able to help.
Alright. Alright, Lieutenant Hayes. I'll see what I can do.
Goodbye.
Always to the point and laconic. Well, Edie. Have to see. Mojave Outpost, where did he put that on our map? Way down south. We don't really know that way yet. So, I think we might want to mosey on up to the correctional facility. Up the stretch of I-15, and Sierra doesn't seem too interested in patrolling, even though If they don't patrol that stretch, what use is it patrolling the rest if everyone would get attacked halfway through it? But still. See Myers and just try to get a grasp at what these convicts are all about. See if we can get some pressure off of Goodsprings from that Cobb character and his fellow gangers. Some food and a tiny bit of water. Let's see. Some squirrel bits. And a bit of maize. Midnight snack. I'm not. Oh. Ah, you were so quiet there for a second. Didn't even hear you walk. Well, flute behind me. Still patrolling up front. Ah, seeds grew back. There go the marauding geckos. They do roam the wastes. Backwards and forwards, backs and forwards. I don't know how they keep up the back and forth. What do they eat? Shouldn't they be cold-blooded and not this active? Are you attacking me? Not Eddie. Don't you dare lay a hand on him. Okay. Seems like we better watch our backs around here, these geckos. Just won't quit it. Are you coming our way? No, he's just crossing the road. Probably heard about the chicken. A waste disposal site. Not a good site. Not a good site. All that festering, pestilent smoke. There's that defensive perimeter those convicts have up here. There should be a road off of the I-15 at some point, a turnoff. Ah, no geckos. Huh, you're telling me there's something up there, Eddie. I'll take a look on our way back, perhaps. So far, so good. Quiet night. Ah, the road to Goodsprings. At least it's something we're familiar with. Now the other convicts are right there. There's a railroad, it seems, going up into the mountain. And there seems to be people up ahead. Let's tread carefully. State prison, next exit. Alright, so this road. What happened here? Crimson Caravan. That name's familiar. Does ring a bell. Well looted. Ah, poor Brown. Really got no respect for the dead. Let's at least give her some dignity. Sorry, ma'am. Try not walk over her. I'm starting to dislike these, whoa. Actively patrolling convicts. Really starting to get a strong dislike. That must be it. Sniper towers. Metal barriers. Prison chain gang ahead. Indeed. Hitchhikers may be escaped prisoners. Well, if they look like that, they're probably part of a comedian act or something. You're saying there's danger. I think it's dogs or more coyotes. That was kind of number you did on that one. Ah, maybe the meat is cooked. No, maybe you need to upgrade your lasers. That way you might have pre-cooked wildlife. Let's go straight in the front door, I guess. Unarmed. Don't shoot. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Careful where we tread. Oh, there's a gap in the fence right there. But it's got those sensors or whatever it is they set up. Not sure if they're explosive or not, but knowing the powder gangers, my bet is they are explosive. Yeah, well, they've got the perimeter well covered and lit. No entry. Yeah. We know what we're doing. Right, Eddie? This is rusty. Evening.
Oh, damn. Come on in if you want to play, little girl. We gonna have fun with you.
Not sure you know the type of girl I am, Dawes. You might just not like being shot in the head. What is this place?
You asking me what this place is? It's powder gang territory. This used to be a prison. They held some of the toughest motherfuckers in this place. It was called the New California Republic Correctional Facility. And let me tell you something. Not much correcting happened here. Just slave labor. So we fucking went through and said, fuck you. We killed the warden, we killed the guards, and we took over.
I see. So, who's in charge now?
I fucking run this place.
Doubt it.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. It's Eddie. Eddie runs this place.
Eddie. Alright. Can I go in?
Actually, maybe we can work something out. Give me 100 caps and I'll let you in.
Okay, I'm quite confident I'll be able to get my money back.
Well, go on in. I can't guarantee you'll be safe, though. It is what it is. Yeah, whatever.
I'm glad I amused you. Something tells me we're not going to have a pleasant relation. Keep on your toes, Eddie. All armed.
Wouldn't mind having one of those little flying robots myself.
Indeed, many people tell me that. Here's a distinctly sheriff-like cowboy guy.
Didn't know anyone would willingly walk into this place, not unless they were looking for trouble. What's your story?
Well, not looking for trouble, looking to settle some trouble. Any details you can give me about the situation and what happened here?
I understand that Cook was behind it all. I kept my head down the whole time. Didn't want any part of it. I stuck around, figuring the NCR would show up and put things back the way they were. No sense in making myself look guilty, right?
I see. So you're still here to avoid being an escaped convict? Technically speaking, legally?
I'm not quite sure the kind of greeting NCR troopers will give an escaped con like myself. Figure it's better to stay put for now.
I see. That's conservative, but makes sense. You mentioned a cook. Who's Cook?
Some kind of anti-NCR rebel. Some people just don't like being pushed around and told what to do.
Okay, and he's in the prison?
He went north with some of the other guys. Didn't say where, didn't say why. All I know is he's got some score to settle with the NCR.
Not good. Not good. That doesn't sound like something that's going to end well. How did you end up here, anyway?
I was a sheriff, believe it or not, for a small town far to the west of here. The short version is that sometimes justice is a little slow, and I helped speed it up one too many times. I'm not sorry for anything I did, but I will do the time. Fair enough trade, if you ask me.
I see. And, the guy outside told me Myers... sorry, you're Myers. That Eddie is running the show around here. Who's in charge?
Right now, Eddie and his boys run the place. They've got the
All
guns and the dynamite, so they call the shots.
I hear that. Tell me, Myers, how would you feel about making up for lost time and becoming a sheriff again? Down in Primm.
Assuming an NCR pardon comes with the job, and it had better. I also need to be able to do things my way. Due process has its place, but sometimes it's just a waste of time. I'll need to know that I'm not going to end up right back in prison.
Not sure what you mean. Taking the law into your own hands?
When I need to, yes.
Alright. Well, I think you have a tentative deal. Though we'll need to make sure that you're pardoned and everything.
Alright then, guess I'll make a quiet exit. No need for a goodbye party or anything.
Alright. Well, one thing potentially settled. We'll have to check in later to know exactly what the best option is once we've felt around all the alternatives. Open courtyard. Sniping positions all over. Inwards and outwards. Not an easy place to get in and out of. You're well set up here. How will the NCR ever get this place back? Iron bars and guarded doors.
Hello.
Evening. Hole in the ceiling. Some sort of medical center. Pardon me.
Heard there was a new face around. I'm the doctor around here. Sort of.
Sort of?
I was an NCR medic for 6 months, so I'm not exactly a doctor.
Indeed not.
Still, it's more medical training than any of the other guys here. It also gives me an excuse to stay out of any raiding parties. The gang can't lose its only doctor now, can it?
I see. Living the easy, sweet ride life. What did you do before?
I've been a farmhand, a bouncer, a bandit, and an NCR trooper. I don't recommend any of them.
Well, having some training as an NCR trooper and pretty hard work before that, at least you're trying, or tried, to earn an honest living. How did you end up here?
Medical supplies go for a decent amount of caps in the right markets. I figured the quartermaster wouldn't notice any missing. I was wrong.
Not too bright. I'm guessing hard life didn't do you any favors. Why are you here now? You're free to go, and, well, at least some skills to be able to make a decent living out in the world.
The location to the highway makes it a good spot to shake down any travelers passing through. That's why Eddie and the rest are still around. Me, I like having big walls between me, myself, and the Wasteland.
Well, a bit of a recluse then. How did you all manage to gain control of the entire facility like this?
One night, there was a big explosion from the other cell block. I had no idea what was going on, so I took cover in my bunk. And when it was all over, the guards were dead and we were free. Most of the other prisoners scattered, but a few of us stuck around, obviously. Later,
Hannigan. Well, things are starting to fall into place. These fellas are up to no good. They're just shaking down people walking by, taking whatever they want, whenever they want, without anything in return. They've just gone back to their thieving, criminal ways, apparently. There's people in there. Let's approach. Hello, cautiously.
Hey.
Quite a posse. Quite an intimidating posse. I'm guessing you're Eddie.
Dawes said he let someone in. So, give me a good reason why I shouldn't kill you and throw your body back outside.
Well, let's just say that I met with Cobb. I've met with people up in down in Primm, actually, and there might be things that need to be done around here. Anything fit that description?
Let me tell you something. This is Powder Ganger territory. My territory. And the men around here understand that. Except for one person. Chavez. He formed his own crew and he's been hitting traitors on his own. Everyone I sent after him either got killed or weren't able to catch him. I want him gone.
Only this Chavez, because there is another group that holed up in the Bison Steve Casino that also apparently had no relation with your powder gangers here. So only Chavez.
I only care about Chavez. Take him down and his crew will disperse. Do what you can.
I'll do it.
Good. Chavez and his boys were last seen south of here. If you're lucky, and he's careless, he might still be there.
Very well. Any chance you might have some information about this cook Myers mentioned?
One mean son of a bitch. Really, truly hates the NCR for some reason. And he got a lot of the other guys around to his way of thinking.
I see. Any idea where he is now? Myers didn't know very well, just north.
Cook and his crew went north. I heard talk about a big plan to get back at the NCR. But we haven't seen him since.
I see. Well, I'll get on that Chavez deal.
Yeah, get out of here.
And that is President Peaches. Yeah, Kimball.
Hey.
Certainly looks better that way.
Hey.
They seem to be all about cold iron and business. That's at least predictable. Something we can play off of. Let's see if we can get any pressure off Goodsprings without too much of a hassle. And if we can't, well, we just have to find another way to get things settled around here. I really won't want anything to happen to Doc Mitchell. I owe him my life. Wouldn't want anything to happen to good old Doc Mitchell. Because, well, you also owe him his life through the transitive property of life owing. I repaired you, so... South, he said. Someone met their untimely demise and had such thick blood it lasted through the centuries. You're telling me there's something unpleasant that way, so let's try to keep our distance. Is there anyone around? Not that we can see. There's the railroad. There's something moving right over the ridge. Oh. I think these are the fellows we're looking for. 3. Let's just try to keep our 10mm close at hand just in case. Good evening. He seems to be the
Wouldn't
leader.
mind having one of those little flying
Oye, puto. You just walked into the wrong camp, my friend. Hand over everything you got, and we might let you live.
What did you say to me? Edme. Eddie sent me to give you a good piece of advice. Some friendly advice, Chavez.
You from Eddie? I don't give a fuck about you or Eddie. You can tell Eddie to go fuck himself and this motherfucking puta madre.
I see. So, the hard way it is then.
You're not gonna let me live. You're gonna learn some fucking respect, man. Cut this puto up.
Let's get things clear. Yeah. Didn't go too well for you, Chavez, did it? Well done, Eddie. So, what will we need? I think our silvered tongue isn't quite as silvery as we need it to be. We've encountered quite a few situations in which we've been forced to take matters into our own hands. where there might have been an easier way to get out of. And I think we might just make much better use of books and magazines. Certainly getting double bonus from magazines will come in handy when we need an extra boost of anything. Come to think of it, do we have? Yes, we do. Barter increased by 4. Certainly can be useful. And now magazines have a double bonus. Nice. Eddie, do you have any carry capacity left? You do not. We might just need to leave some of our stuff back in Goodsprings when you have a chance. Some of the fellows farther north are trying to organize. We're starting to think it's a good idea. Gotta pull resources if we're gonna survive out here. Sure, you've noticed the decline in travelers. They're getting wise. So should we. Yeah. Not the kind of people you want around. I don't have that much in terms of useful things. They do have toys they play with. Fight apathy, or don't. Is that? I think the dinosaur made a noise. Yeah. I think we might need to go back to Goodsprings to get some of this weight off our backs. But first, let's check back in with Eddie. To get maybe enough credit with the gang to get pressure off of Goodsprings. This would be a nice walk out early in the day, just waiting for the sunrise over the mountain range, if it weren't for this massive eyesore of a prison filled with dynamite-wielding convicts. What has the world come to?
Wouldn't mind having one of those little flying robots myself.
I think you've told me that at least once before. Let's see what Eddie has to say. Eddie.
What?
Chavez is done.
Good. I'm happy you cleaned that up for me. Got another situation here. There's a merchant hanging around near the prison. Something ain't right about him. I want you to deal with him. Shake him down if he's legit. But if he's not, take him out.
Alright then. That sounds innocuous enough.
Yeah, get out of here.
Might even avoid harm coming to someone that doesn't really know what kind of a hot mess he got himself into. Up the road. That might just lead us back to Goodsprings. get the load off our backs. Anything we can make? Belt. Not sure how useful belts would be. Conversion, recycling. We don't really have much in the way of weight capacity to transport more ammo. Just about now. Wow, morning. What a glorious sunrise. Alright, so let's check this merchant out. I think if we can resolve this situation here, we might have just enough of quite a bit of credibility with either and or Goodsprings, Primm, and the NCR that we might get our other problems solved for us, or at least have a helping hand doing it ourselves. Oh, startled me there. Interesting. Looks like communication. That's a huge satellite dish. I wonder what that's for. He said up the road, so at this crossroads there's their patrol. Up road north, Sunny said we should not go under any circumstances. Might be something, maybe. But I'm guessing maybe out by the other convict patrols we saw. Because up that way, you see a whole lot of nothing. I hope it wasn't these merchants. Surely not. Nothing sneaking up on us from the mountainsides. Though I do see horrendous, gigantic flies over there. Now here's something that we hadn't seen before. Someone by skydiving check. Good morning.
Better be careful around these parts. I hear there's powder gangers around and dangerous for merchants like me.
Merchants? Where's your cargo and merchandise?
Well, you see, Fuck. I'm really a bounty hunter trying to catch some powder gangers. But they probably saw through me just like you did. I've been hanging around hoping to ambush some of them, but haven't had any success.
Well, not too bright, are you? If you do stick around, you'll be in trouble in no time. In fact, there's two powder gangers that frequently patrol out back. So, I think you'd better leave while you can.
Yeah, was a stupid idea anyway. See you around.
See you around. Well, that was easy enough. Maybe that fellow will not get into trouble if he's smart enough. I think we should go back to Primm, Eddie, and get our stash. Get our stash increased twofold at least. That's all this. They're happy because they eat lard. Dollar for dollar. You can't beat a Pontiac. Let's face it, you could get hit by A bus tomorrow. Go have a fag. Yeah, a good reason to die from lung cancer. Takes many ingredients to make a Burger King great, but the secret ingredient is our people. No wonder there was a nuclear war. They were eating people. And this is a familiar road. Back to Good Springs. Geckos? Or was that you? Well, maybe you. Or just the wind, who knows? Ah, there's Victor's shack. That abandoned cart. Yeah, these are the water wells. Good to recognize something, even if it's the only thing we have committed to memory right now. At least the ground seems fertile here. More fertile than down the I-15. Or just not as picked over by critters. Let's go into our makeshift arrangement with Pete and housing sharing. And get all this stuff into our stash. Maybe sell a few items, choice items to Trudy. She does have that special discount for us. We might also get a quick nap in the sack while Pete's out for the day. All this stuff might just come in handy sometime. Never know. Maybe sell one of these. This I don't think I'll be using, because we have the 10mm and the rifle and the shotgun, so actually that one's much better condition, so let's keep that one. Maybe try to sell the rest of them to either Trudy and or Chet. Caravan shotgun 3.17. Sturdy caravan shotgun, that's better. Need this here, need that. Cowboy repeater. Don't really have the ammo for it. Dynamite, certainly don't need all that much. Plasma pistol. We're not very handy with energy weapons, though it somehow feels really right in the right hands. Let's repair our varmint rifle with that. This we can leave behind. That as well. That as well. The stylish hat I'm keeping. We don't need that. One charisma might come in handy sometime. 3 weight though is a bit much just to be carrying. I also need to sell this. Don't need that. Certainly don't need all this dirty water and doctor's bags and dog meat and gecko meat. Too much food. Too much water. All this random Set of items. Dog hides, we don't need. Gecko eggs and hides. Yeah. Alright. I think we're good for a night's sleep. Pete was sleeping there, so I think we're gonna take the big bed. All well rested. Ready to move on. But that will be next time. Till then.